Someday it would come at 5, someday it would come at 9. Have some discipline in life. What do I say to that? What does anyone say to that? So you see, my professional life is also ruined. In my virtual life, however, I had a lot of aspirations. And now, I'm left with only desperation. Look, I'm an avid reader. Each day, 1 hour, I read Facebook. 30 minutes I spend looking for a girl who is pretty and single. And the next 30 minutes I invest, well, pretty much doing the same. End of an hour, I finally come across a girl who is absolutely single and extremely pretty. And I'm about to send her that friend request. And that is when I discover one common friend in the friend list. My dear father. And that is it. He being the more dynamic one, I do not even bother sending the girl the friend request anymore because I clearly do not stand any chance. So my virtual life is also practically ruined. With a broken life like that, which is personally, professionally, and virtually destroyed, I realized it is time on my own. I find a brave new world for myself. And that is why, and that is when I joined this fairly fabulous world of Toastmasters. But even that did not work. I told my father, I am a Toastmaster. You know what my father did to me? He went around telling his friends, my beloved son is a Toastmaster. I bet that my son can drink more than your son. And I have to explain to him each time, that is not what we do in Toastmasters. That is not what Toastmasters is about. So now, ladies and gentlemen, do you believe me when I say that my father is the mother of all my problems? Yes? I'm very tempted to share with you the message that I received from my father today morning. A typical SMS on the day of contest would say, good luck, all the best. But my father had written, depending on the content of the script of your speech, I'm crossing you out from the family. You no longer would get my property. That is my father, very encouraging. But the only good thing about this message is that now no one can claim that my humorous speech did not have a message in it. Here it is. All the lovely ladies in this room. Thank you, all the lovely ladies in this room, for being such a lovely audience. And all the gentlemen in this room. How many of you are fathers already? Brilliant. Well done. It means the rest of the gentlemen are potential fathers. Someday you would have the gift of the child, and it is a beautiful gift. Be careful. Your parenting would decide the content of the script that your son would dedicate to you one day. Today, this is for my father. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Contestant.
Ladies contest. As I announce your names, please come up on stage to receive your participation certificates. Savin S. Hegde. Rajdeep Manwani. Manoj Rajan. KVM Kishore. Arfat Salim. Saumyadeep Banerjee. Ladies and gentlemen, for the contestants and for the wonderful audience you were, let's hear a big round of applause. Thank you very much, and I now hand it back to Sanjay and Kevin.
Wasn't that a truly fabulous contest?
Yes. Louder, guys. Some of you have left, so the remaining have to make up for it.
Yeah.
Round of applause for the contestants.
Before we move on to the next session, I just have an important announcement. One of our Toastmasters has lost his badge. If anyone in the audience finds a red and blue Toastmaster International badge, please hand it over to the Reverberation team.
There's no name.
Okay. You can contact Pearl for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, weren't both the finale contests amazing? Yes. And let me tell you, it wouldn't have gone so smoothly if it weren't for those few volunteers whom we call the contest team, who have made all of it possible. And the time now has come to recognize these volunteers for their efforts. And to do so, I would like to call upon stage our District Governor, DTM Kumran sir, to please do the honors. Timers, Rakshit Bhagavat, please come on stage. And Sarika Rangani. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The Sergeant at Arms, Subhajyoti Kar, Neha Chugh, Nishok A, Sudarshan A, Alan Arana. Please come on stage, guys. Give them a round of applause. The tally counters, Ankit Agarwal and Trilokesh. The contest masters, the evaluation contest master, JC Joseph, and the humorous contest master, Kaustubh Rajendran. Come on, guys, round of applause.
Continue. For us.
Little bit for us.
All right. Kevin.
Yeah.
What do you think it takes to be a distinguished Toastmaster?
Simple, 40 speeches.
Nothing much can be expected of him. Anyways, be ready to be proved wrong. Because next up on stage, we have a person whose name precedes with DTM, not just for the 40 speeches that he's given, but for his character, charisma, and the commitment he has towards Toastmaster movement. He has to his name the youngest distinguished area governor, the youngest distinguished Toastmaster, a certified paramedic, a badminton player, a technology geek, a drummer. His interests are more than the number of girls who have rejected Kevin. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming the handsome and affable Lieutenant Governor Marketing of District 82B, distinguished Toastmaster, Sastaram Ravindran.
Where's Sastaram? Where's Sastaram?
Hey, don't stop the music.
Hey, anyway, he's not
Oh my God, the last 2 days, believe me, for a long time I've been thinking you need a break. The last time I got a break was in Cochin because Ovation, no one gave me a break. This time I was waiting for reverberation. And then when they said reverberation is happening, Namma Bengaluru, I said, wow, this is the place to be. Last 2 days, I've relaxed myself thoroughly. Met all my friends I wanted to meet in a long time. Talked to them, make some more good memories before we start parting our ways. But before all that, just before lunch, I met these MCs and I asked them, so is everything planned? How are we doing this? He said, don't worry. I said, what are you doing? He said, we're starting with a joke. And then he stands and introduces me. When the introductions were going on, I was thinking either the speaker he's introducing is wrong or the crowd that I'm going to talk to is different. But jokes apart, it gives me immense pleasure to be here today because just 6 months back, I was in the same place that Mala and her team are today. We were running Ovations in Chennai, and believe me, we did so many goof-ups. So many goof-ups that some we corrected then and there, some we corrected later, some we've still not corrected. But you know what? I started to realize it's these very goof-ups that make you a better leader in Toastmasters. I mean, seriously, think of it. Haven't you all done something wrong? I remember the times when I was like a contest master in an area contest and I started reading the winners list reverse. The chief judge had to get up, stop me, and correct everything. We all do our shares of mistakes, right? I can only think how we get into these roles even after we commit all these mistakes, and I can think of this little joke. So a chairman of a group of company decides he wants to retire and he's wanting to make another person become the chairman. Now he is in a big dilemma. He's got about 6 able candidates, all of them equally educated, experienced. He's got to make a decision now. So he thinks, look, let's do something. He calls them home. He takes them around a big mansion, shows them everything before he decides to put them to a test. Now just after they've finished the big mansion tour, they come in front of a big swimming pool filled with alligators, sharks, barbed wires. And these guys are thinking, what is he going to say? He said, my company was built with a lot of courage. I was audacious enough to make things happen. I want someone very brave to step into my shoes. So anyone who dares to jump in, cross the swimming pool and come on the other side, take it. You have my company. I'll give you this mansion. Take it all. Now he obviously thought no one would jump, but someone jumped into it right then and he heard a splash. He's eagerly looking, who's this fool who jumped inside, right? Within 2-3 minutes, the guy on the other side, after escaping sharks catching him, his shoe nearly getting pulled over, scratches on his face and arms, comes out panting and huffing. And then the guy goes and asks, are you so committed? You really want to take this up? He's panting and he says, before all that, who pushed me into the water? In a very similar way, in Toastmasters, if you see, my dear friends, we never take the plunge unless someone pushes us. Thank you to Madam Nina and Kumran for pushing me into Ovations last year. And probably Mala should be thankful again. But let me tell you, if not for these pushes, where you are into some hurdles that you somehow cross because of a lovely team and the Toastmasters that we are, you will not be able to get up on the other side and think for yourself, I was able to do something. Or maybe 6 months later, when another conference happens, you will not sit there and think, wow, we could have done this. Wow, we did this wrong. Wow, we could have done this better. If that self-evaluation doesn't sit in, I think we're not going anywhere. And today, I can honestly admit with a lot of privilege, I was sitting there and thinking a lot of things we could have done in Ovations as well. And I promise you, when Ovations comes somewhere near Chennai next time, we will make it happen bigger than it was last year. Right? I'll leave you with a small note. So, you see how this commitment works? Now, I was thinking I should give you another story that leaves you around. I was transiting via New York airport once, and my phone charge was very less. Exactly at the time you need a lot of charge in your phone, your battery goes very low, right? So my phone is very less in charge, and I'm expecting a very important call from someone. So I put my phone on charge, waiting to hear the call, and I go to the phone booth to call that very important person right next to where I put my phone on charge. About 30 seconds into dialing the call, I see my cell phone ringing. I couldn't really understand what was happening there. I thought, oh, someone is calling. So I went, grabbed the phone from somewhere, payphone on one side, cellular phone on the other side. I said, hello. I heard a faintly familiar voice from the other side that said, hello. Now, this is the point you think I'm making up. I said, who is this? Then I realized it was myself talking into my cell phone from my payphone. I was talking into my own cell phone from my payphone saying hello, talking to myself, right? Funny, right? Not for me. I shifted gates immediately, went on to another place, not because my flight took off from there, but because I didn't want to see people who saw me talking from my cell phone into my payphone. But today, I was thinking we do this often in our lives. In all that we got to do in life, in all the challenges that we take in our lives, we sometimes miss out on the fact that we're talking to ourselves. From our payphones to our cell phones, we are talking to ourselves and no one is listening. When I came here to this conference, I could only think there's so many things that you've done to yourselves to humiliate yourselves in Toastmasters, but still this is the place you come to have fun, to learn a lot, and go back a better person in some way. I want you to go back today and maybe just like me, sit and think, are we talking to ourselves? Because when I came to this conference, I said, I'm coming with an open mind. Whatever this conference team has to offer, I'm ready to learn. If they've done some mistakes, probably they'll correct it. Obviously, we made mistakes, innovations. But I urge you to go back today and think for yourselves. Are we talking to ourselves? Or are we talking to someone else? Thank you.
Two important announcements.
Check, check. Yeah, the first announcement is that Bangalore Hubba is still going on outside. I urge you all to go visit, take a look. God knows, you might find something that you like.
And we next call upon stage the brand ambassador, the chief ambassador, DTM Rajkumar Bansal, to talk about the ambassador program.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everyone. Something serious we must talk about now, next 3 minutes. Let me start with saying that change is the only constant in life. We all agree that. And today and right now, I'm going to talk about some change which is going to be the most important change for the next 1 year of your life as a Toastmaster. I'm going to talk about the Revitalize Education Program. How many of you have heard about this term? Revitalize Education Program. Not many of you in this hall. So it's very important that you spend those next 2 minutes, lend your ears, listen to this, extremely important. So let me begin with a small story, right? The 5 wives and 1 husband. Anything you want to start? First question, why? The first wife. Why are we doing this? Why are we trying to change the entire program of CC, CL, DTM? Why? The why is that every year at Toastmasters International, they have a strategy session. In that strategy session of 2011, they found, they discussed, they debated that it's time the Toastmasters change. It's time the Toastmasters program has to change to look into newer technologies, newer things happening outside, and inculcate in Toastmasters. That's why this program has been launched. The second wife. So what are we going to do about it? The what part is, we are going to look at all the interventions which have hit us in the last 20 years, mostly technology. Many of us communicate over conf calls, video conference calls, and these are not going to be ending tomorrow. It's going to be more and more. So we are going to eliminate or facilitate or make our Toastmasters better in communication through those channels. That's the reason why they have embarked on this ambitious program. The when are we going to do this? Please listen to this date carefully. September 2014, this new program is going to be launched worldwide. Worldwide, this program is going to be launched, and therefore, each one of you in this room and outside are impacted, influenced by this decision of Toastmasters International. So the next thing is, who is going to do this? So to ensure that there's a focus, to ensure that it doesn't merge in the existing session, the structure of the Toastmasters in the district, there is a team of ambassadors which has been formed. Thanks to the call from Kumaran one fine day, normally he doesn't push, this time he called. That's a call of opportunity which came to me to become a chief ambassador. Thank you, Kumaran, for that wonderful opportunity. So I am the chief ambassador, and with me, we have 30 ambassadors for the entire district. Our district has 250 clubs, and we have got 30 ambassadors. Each ambassador has a mandate